a sellout tonight. The attendance was 15,016. The gate was $7 million, the biggest U.S. gate in UFC history. Fight of the night was Tito Ortiz and Griffin. Knockout of the night was Anderson Silva, and there were no submissions. They won $75,000 each. Congratulations. We're waiting for Anderson. He's wrapping things up. He's been doing a ton of interviews. Forrest probably ran home, and who's got the first question?
Chael.
Oh.
Chael, over here to your right. Chael.
Chael.
Obviously, can you just kind of tell us where you go from here? What happens next for you?
Well, I'm going to get my aunt a lobster tail. I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to hopefully get a good night's sleep.
And can you talk to us about what, if anything, you and Anderson talked about right after the fight? Obviously, invited you to a barbecue, which was interesting.
I thought it was very nice of him. I think it's very important when you lose a fight that you don't say things like, my opponent was better tonight. The better guy wins every time. The better guy won tonight.
And Dana, as you're watching that first round, are you kind of having like a deja vu feeling from 2 years ago?
When Anderson has gone into the past against strong wrestlers like Dan Henderson, that's what the first round looked like. Chael got him. I said before the fight, and I'll say it again, Chael, not only does he talk a mean game, he goes in and he fights, man. He said that he wasn't afraid of Anderson Silva, and then he went in and he fought Anderson Silva like he wasn't. Anderson Silva came out in the second round and did what he did, and I've said this before, and I will say it again, he's the greatest fighter in the history of mixed martial arts.
And with the Forrest situation, not the first time you've had him leave an arena like that, probably the first time you've had to chase somebody down, halfway back to the locker room. Can you talk about what you said to him when you finally got up to him?
He drives me crazy, this guy. It's like professional suicide. The things he does, people love Forrest Griffin. Okay? So I ran after him, and do I really have to tell you guys what everybody in this room knows exactly what I said to him. Right? So he turned around and he ran back in the ring, and then I met him out back in the hall. I said, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Are you mental? And he said, I was really depressed. And I said, well, the next time you're depressed about winning a fight, go back in the back and be depressed, okay? Stand up there. It's Tito's last night. You know what I mean? Tito just won his fight. Stand there. Get your hand raised or Tito's hand raised. Do your interview and go. If you're bummed out, do it in the back. All right? And if you're bucking for Joe Rogan's fucking job, it isn't going to happen. That's Joe's job. Leave the microphone alone until Joe comes over and talks to you. You know? It drives me crazy. I love Forrest Griffin. Always have. He's a great guy. But he gets a little kooky sometimes, you know?
Tito, congratulations. Just wanted to congratulate you on your career and being inducted in the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Mike. But my question is for Chael. Chael, to your left. Can you talk about the final sequence? First, the spinning back fist. What was going on there? And also, there seems to be some question about whether Anderson was holding onto your trunks and whether that prevented you from moving the way you might have wanted to move to get away from some of the punches. Can you comment on those two things?
Yeah, Anderson grabbed my trunks, but I grabbed his right back, man. It goes both ways, and we can't sit and nitpick, some of that stuff. It's a two-man sport. It's kind of like moving the chains in football. It evens itself out. What goes around comes around. If Anderson grabbed my shorts tonight, I'll grab somebody else's down the road.
And Chael, the spinning back fist, was that something, we haven't seen you throw a lot of those. Was that something that you looked at on tape and thought maybe he might be vulnerable to?
There's always some opportunities. You're always trying to work on your skills. I feel like a doofus because I fell down, but we're in the middle of battle. There were some parts out there where I felt really good, and there were some parts that really hurt, including the end.
And then last question, in the first round you took him down, I think 4 seconds into the fight, but you didn't do the kind of damage you did in the first round the last time. Do you think that changed anything as the second round ensued?
I think so. I'm always trying to find that good shot that can change the fight and start to wear a guy down, make him think twice. And I wasn't able to find it.
This question's for Tito and Dana. How did you guys score the fight? I wasn't looking for no scoring fight. I was looking to finish the fight. I thought I dropped him a few times, a couple times, took him down every round. Forrest was pitter-patting. I had no respect for his punching. Hit me with punches and nothing hurt. I don't know. The fans, you guys see the reaction of the fans. Fans see the fight. The judges, I just hope it doesn't happen the same way boxing happens. UFC is too great of a sport to be like that. I fought my heart. I fought with my soul. I fought the way I wanted to fight. I gave everything out there. After the fight was over, I had nothing left. We got fight of the night. I have no regrets. I went out and I fought with my soul, my heart, as every one of my fights I do. Forrest fought a good fight, pitter-pattered. I was trying to kill him. Every punch. Maybe I should have took a little bit of steam off of him. But when you fight with emotions, as I do, shit happens. I fought with my soul, as I said. I went out and I thought I won. I thought the fight was over. Forrest thought the fight was over. Fans thought the fight was over. Just the judge didn't see it that way. It is what it is. I know I talked to a lot of other fighters tonight and they thought the same thing too. I know what I did tonight. You guys know what I did tonight. I went out on my shield as true warriors do. I fought as a fighter that I am. With heart.
Is there any chance we can see you one more time?
No, I think I did what I wanted to do in the sport. I'm very thankful to Lorenzo Fertitta, Frank Fertitta, and of course Dana White for giving me the opportunity I've had. I was a kid who came from nothing. I have nothing to fall back on. My children have everything to fall back on now. They'll have private school, they'll have college, they can pick whatever college they want to go. I've done something for my family that I've never expected to do, and the only way I was able to do that is from Dana, from Lorenzo, and Frank. I went out and I gave my heart and soul. I've had back surgery, I've had neck surgery, I've had ACL replacement. I had 50% of my meniscus taken out 9 weeks ago, and I came in and I fought. I have no regrets. I came in to win. Judge didn't see it that way. As I said, I'm done. I did what I did. I went on the way I wanted to go, and that's as a word.
Tito, over here to your left. We kind of heard Dana's reaction to Forrest grabbing the mic, but I'd really like to know yours. I'm sure that you kind of envisioned
I was bullshit.
moments.
Come on, dude. You're going to be in the sport a lot longer. You understand, 15 years ago, May 30th, 1997, Joe Rogan was the first person to interview me. And I told him, I'm going to make a mark in this sport. He goes, this is your first fight? I go, just wait, I'm going to make a mark in this sport. I helped build a sport that built me, the person I am today. And for Forrest to step in and do what he did, after running, oh man, I can't complain about anything. As I said, I fought, I did what I wanted to do. I wish Joe Rogan would have interviewed me, but that's what we got press conference for.
I sincerely apologize. I honestly wasn't thinking. I can see you guys have a ton of history. I apologize. I wish I could take that back. I'm sorry.
Dan, quick question for you. After a fight like this, watching Anderson Silva, it doesn't seem like he's slowing down at all, but you talked about his age, you mentioned the fact that this guy's 37, 38 years old. He's getting up there. So as a promoter, how do you approach booking these fights? Does it have to be this mega fight? It's kind of not like treating a normal champion just in terms of title defenses, or does it remain the same?
Yeah, no, it's amazing what the guy has been able to accomplish and continue to accomplish at his age. And that's the thing, nobody ever thinks about it, nobody ever talks about it, nobody ever says, this guy's pushing 40. And he's an amazing fighter, he's an incredible athlete, the guy is an artist with his hands and feet. It's just, where do you approach it? He didn't look like he's slowing down tonight. He fought a motivated, fired up, in shape, aggressive Chael Sonnen tonight. A Chael Sonnen who did what he said he was going to do. He put him on his back. He roughed him up like nobody else has, again. And he came out and he won the second round. The guy's a freak of nature. He is, I just think he's the greatest fighter of all time. So, as far as making his fights, whoever's next.
So there is no feeling that as far as, we don't know how many times left we get to see this guy in the cage, so we got to make him count. It's just normal title defenses, business as usual.
It's true. Here's the thing about this sport. This is a young man's game. It really is. And as you get up, to the age that some of these guys are, One day you just show up and you're old. It just happens that fast. Things don't move the way they used to. You're not as fast as you used to be. You see the things coming, but you can't get out of the way. You see none of that with Anderson Silva, so who knows, man? And maybe this guy goes on. I was retiring Randy 10 years before he did, you know? So who the hell knows?
Question for Dana. Dana, what can other fighters, especially as their profiles get higher and higher, learn from Chael Sonnen and how to promote a fight and how to sell a pay-per-view and really promote a fight that...
Let me make something very clear. Chael is a very funny guy. He's very smart. He's one of the most quick-witted human beings I've ever met. He just said some crazy shit to me out in the hall that made me laugh before we even came in here. Let me tell you what sold this fight. The first fight. The first fight is what sold this fight. Make no mistake. Don't say, oh, because Chael Sonnen says crazy things is what sold this fight. The crazy ass whooping he put on Anderson in the first fight, and the way that fight ended is what sold this fight. And that night, I said, after that fight ended, I said, this is the type of fight that makes legends right here. The fact that Anderson Silva pulled off that win after getting beat the way that he did for 5 full rounds, and at the last minute, he pulls out that submission and wins. That's what sold this fight.
And question for Kamali, now that you've got the first UFC win under your belt, how do you feel? And also, I love when you said this is for the 40-year-olds. I did it for all you guys.
I feel great. Stepped my foot in my, but I'm just kind of like in a dream state, so just very happy.
Chael, it seemed like you wanted to go for the takedown again early in the second round, weren't able to do it, and then came back with the spinning back fist move. Was that a move that you think you'll forever regret? Was it a move of overconfidence?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna have to watch the match. I can't really recall it happening. Somebody told me after the fact, spinning back fist. You know, I know I was on the ground. I know he needed me, and we kind of went downhill from there. But yeah, I mean, anytime I can watch a tape, whether something goes good or something goes bad, you would always try to make improvements for the better.
Right here in the front row. Give him a mic here.
Victoria Bulahava, Russian Chicago magazine. First question is for Demian. Coming out from your lose in January in Chicago, how important for you was to win today?
That for sure was besides my title fight against others, was the most important fight of my life, because that's the fight that I tried to bring my jiu-jitsu back to the octagon, especially in the new weight category, which was very important to me to see how I was going to do in this weight category, how I was going to be the weight cutting, and everything was, was perfect, was like I trained for, so I'm happy.
My next question is for Chael. Chael, over these 2 years, you probably learned a lot of things. What are the main ones from that?
Just to always work hard. You get knocked down sometimes in life, and you got to just put one foot in front of the other. You got to learn to shake things off, and you got to keep your eye on the ball. And you can't get depressed. You can't get down every single day. You got to get up. You got to make the most of it.
Next question, if you don't mind, will be from Chad. How do you feel about your win today, and were you looking for such a quick knockdown of the evening?
I feel great. It really feels good to go to our camp and come in there and just, get it done quick. That's obviously the goal for every fight. Sometimes it doesn't go that way, but I'm feeling great right now. I mean, I had no injuries really in the camp, and came away from that fight injury-free also. So I'm ready to get in and fight again whenever they tell me. So whoever they put in front of me, hopefully I can get back to that title shot as quick as possible.